folks, it's Ben here. Today I'm going down to Chicago to Soldier Field to test drive the Nissan Leaf. Okay, seatbelts first.
Seatbelts definitely first.
Do we even have an ignition in this thing? Looks like there's a
We do not have an ignition.
plug where a key would have been.
Right. What we use is a key fob within 3 feet of the steering column. It's able to start the car. So what I'm going to have you do is hold down the brake button, or, I'm sorry, the brake, and hit the power button. All right, good. Now we can get some airflow in here and I can breathe again.
Yeah, air conditioning in an electric car. That sounds great.
Except somebody didn't have it on.
I did a Volt test drive a little while ago. I couldn't figure out where to put the key.
Is there a key in the Volt?
You get a key, but it's the same thing. You hit the brake and press the power button. You just have to
there's a key here
have
as
it
well.
with. So,
all right. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the instrumentation panel. That way we don't have to discuss it while you're driving, so you don't look at it and kill us all.
Right.
Up there you have the speedometer. Obviously you know what that does. Won't have to explain that to you. To the left of that is the eco meter. And the eco meter measures how efficiently you're driving based on your braking and your accelerating habits. The more efficient you drive, that meter will start to rise, and then you start to see a tree beneath it start to grow. And that tree is basically Nissan saying, hey man, you're saving the world by driving an electric vehicle, high five.
Cool.
So down here is your range indicator. Obviously there's no gas in this car, so there's no fuel gauge.
But right now I got 88 miles available.
Correct. Your range indicator tells you how much, how further you can get on the current battery. Up here, your power meter, that's showing you how you're utilizing the energy of the battery. So as it goes up, you're drawing current from the battery. As it progresses backwards, you're actually regenerating energy and allowing the battery to charge a little bit more.
And for ideal regenerating, that's kind of start braking sooner, further back, kind of a little slower.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Then you have your information panel in the center. You can change that to say different things. Right now it's telling you how long it would take to charge the battery, as well as your odometer and what gear it's in. So right now it's in park. I'm going to have you put it in drive so we can get you on the road. Go ahead and hold down the brake pedal. Take the joystick, slide it to the left, and pull it backwards. All right, now you can see it's in drive. And go ahead and press the go pedal because there's no gas pedal in this car.
Right. Well, the accelerator, but not the gas.
Yeah, we call it the go pedal.
And we have, it acts like an automatic transmission. As soon as I take my foot off the brake, I start going. Oh, it's so quiet.
Yeah, that's one of the selling points of the vehicle is how quiet
we have
it is.
electric power steering in this, right?
I believe so, yes.
That feels nice. Where are we going today?
You're going to make a left at the stop sign. And then you're going to make a right at this first stop sign.
I like the steering on this already.
Yeah, it's really nice, and it'll change depending on your speed. It'll get a little tighter, a little looser, depending on how fast you're going. It's very responsive to that. Yeah, it's a really interesting vehicle. It's really nice to get people sitting down and be able to check it out firsthand.
It's got a really high.
I mean, you can't
seat,
slide
it's like
that
a
down.
throne.
Yeah. It's a little bit of information about the vehicle. It's got about 106 horsepower, 207 pounds of torque. And because it is an electric motor, you get 100% torque off the get-go. It's got a 0 to 60 of about 10 seconds and a top speed of around 95 miles an hour.
It's basically single-speed gear reduction for the transmission, right?
Ooh, you're using words I'm not familiar with. We have product specialists back at the event. They'll teach you. They'll tell you all the technical stuff. I'm gonna have you make a U-turn at the stop sign and get on the other side and turn around. I'm just here to facilitate the drive and make sure you don't steal the car.
radius. I like that.
No, we just lost the camera.
I did that same thing with the Volt. Oh man. Can you point that in my direction?
Try.
I did the exact same thing in the Volt. I pulled a U-turn and tipped the camera. As long as it's close, we still have this camera up front.
And the battery's good for about 100 miles. And with the standard level 2 charging station that'll be installed in the home of the purchaser, that allows you to recharge the battery in about 6 to 8 hours.
Do we have tilt steering on this?
Yeah, it should be right over there.
Right there.
So as I said, you get 100 miles per battery. That's pretty good for most consumers. Most consumers are only commuting, 10 to 15 miles to work each day, so it's perfect for them. Guys like me, I'm from Detroit. I wouldn't be able to drive my Leaf from Chicago to Detroit very easily. However, right now, they're setting up the infrastructure to allow people to go beyond that 100-mile range by installing level 3 charging stations at various places. And what that does is going to allow people to charge the battery in about 30 minutes.
Beautiful day for this, too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really digging this all-electric air conditioning.
It's nice. One of the features of this vehicle is the Eco Drive. So at any point while you're driving, you just shift this to the side and then back again, the same way you put it in drive. And that puts it into Eco Mode. And what Eco Mode does is it kind of redistributes the power a little differently. You get a little less torque, but you get a longer range out of your battery.
Okay.
So for short little commutes, just in the neighborhood, you're not getting on the expressway or things like that, it's perfect. It's great.
Yeah, and then Volt has similar in that it's got a couple different modes like that. This doesn't have any kind of a sport mode in it, does it?
No, it does not.
Okay. Right now going really slow, a hybrid might turn the engine off.
Right.
We don't even have an engine here.
Right.
Boy, I gotta say, this just drives really smooth.
Yeah, it's a really nice ride. I think they're going to take off really well. I've talked to some of the dealerships in my area, and they say they've already had reservations for quite a few.
I believe it. I know 2 people personally who are on the waiting list. Right. And of course, in Wisconsin, we're kind of the next round of states to get them.
Yeah, I'm from Michigan, so it's the same. They're not quite out yet.
Yeah, same thing with the Volt. I know a couple of people with those, but they bought them in Washington, D.C. or Michigan and then drove them over. But it just shows there's demand for cars like these.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, a whole army of
chargers.
Oh, is that that's the charging truck right there?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going to be pulled behind this first blue car here. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, and then I'm assuming we just
press the park.
Oh, just the button?
Just the button, yep. It's in park. You can go ahead and shut the engine off, hit the power button.
Okay.
There you go.
That's that.
That's it.
Standard seats or electric seats for the...
Standard seats.
Okay. I was just wondering, let's see. That adjusts the... Oh, okay. It's got the tilt on the bottom of the seat. Then you said that goes up and down, right?
Correct, yeah.
You must have had a really tall guy right before me in here.
We've had a few really tall people, yeah.
Pretty good headroom,
Yeah.
Like I've noticed in some cars they curve too much here,
right? And
even though you've got the height here, right here you don't. And I feel like I'm in the last seat in the airplane, and this feels, I've got the headroom for it. That feels nice like that. Cool, great. Well, it's been pretty exciting to be out here in Chicago today doing the Nissan test drive. I thought it was a blast. It's really a nice car. If you get a chance at all, please come on out to one of these events. Or if your local Nissan dealership starts getting these cars, go on over, check it out. I think it's a fantastic vehicle. So I'll see you next time that I'm doing a clean car review.